So I was in the Marine Corps, right? I've told you that. Yeah, we talked about that. So I was in the military. Well, when you're in boot camp, that is the military's chance to kind of completely shatter your ego, bring you down to like the most primal form of a human being, and then build you back up from there. Because in the military, you essentially, especially as a Marine, as an infantry person, you have to be able to respond to orders without hesitation. You don't ask questions, you don't ask why, you just do. It's part of the culture. Or at least it was, 25 years ago when I was in. Oh God, am I that old? Oh, that's crazy. Anyway, I was in boot camp, 17 years old. There are 88 people in my platoon, ranging anywhere from ages 17 to, I want to say 31 at the time. And really, anybody over 23 was an old man, as far as I was concerned. But I was 17. So at one point, we're in the barracks. So if you imagine, I don't know if you've ever seen the movie Full Metal Jacket, but it's the giant room where everybody sleeps. So you have lots of bunk beds lining the walls. And then this kind of, oh, you know what? I'll show you a picture. Okay, this is a picture of the squad bay, okay? If you look, there's beds all on the left side and right side, and then you have this runway down the middle. That's where the drill instructors are. They're the ones who essentially are teaching us and training us. They're the ones building us from turd biscuit to Marine in 13 weeks. But on the sides, we've got our beds, and we've got all of our gear and uniforms, and we've got our foot lockers. See these foot lockers right here? That's where all of our stuff goes, okay? And a lot of times, you see this line that's right here on the sides of the runway. When we're told to get online, it doesn't matter what we're doing or where we are, we have to get our heels on that line, feet at a 45-degree angle, and you are standing in the position of attention. Fingers joined, thumbs in the seam of your trousers, like, whoo, back straight, mouth shut, in attention. And they go, all right, get online, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and you got to be there. So at one point, we had just finished what's known as PT, physical training. Running, push-ups, pull-ups, just overall just misery. You're in the sand, you're rolling around, it's miserable, but you're building your body essentially. Now I went to boot camp in July in South Carolina. Marine Corps Recruit Depot, Charleston, South Carolina, Parris Island, in July. The sand fleas are terrible. They're like pterodactyls. That's what it feels like when you're standing in the position of attention for hours in the sand, sweating, and these pterodactyls are biting you, and you're just miserable. So at one point, we're doing PT. We're filthy. We have sweat for hours. We're in these little green shorts and brown t-shirts. We get back to the squad bay. We get online. We're in attention. The drill instructor says, all right, take off your shirt. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're done. And by that time, you've got to have your shirt off and sitting on your footlocker in front of you. And directly across from you on the other line, because you can see the two lines, okay? You're looking at somebody else. Somebody else that's now stripped their shirt off, put it on their footlocker. They say, all right, here we go. Get those shoes off. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, you're done. Socks off. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, you're done. And you're done. If you're not done, you're wrong. You're going to pay. So you make sure you are done. All right, shorts off. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, you're done. jock strap off. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, you're done. And by now you've got 44 guys on the right side, 44 guys on the left side, staring at each other completely naked. Grown-ass men. Well, I was 17, but still. Got 88 dudes standing there naked. All of our clothing is down in front of us on the footlocker and, right there. And then the drill instructor says, turn to the right. So you kind of do a right face. March, and you start to walk. And in this room, there's only so much space, so you kind of have to do what we call a wagon wheel. When you get to the end of the squad bay, you gotta keep coming, and then you gotta move all the way around to the other side of the line, and then you just end up doing this kind of choo-choo train all the way around, and you just keep marching until just keep going until he says stop. So he says, all right, march. So we start walking, and you're walking by other people's footlockers. Keep going. Turn. All right, ready, platoon, halt, and you stop. Left face, you turn. You're now standing at somebody else's footlocker. All right, you're gonna put on that jock strap. 5, 4, 3, and you just grab and go. It doesn't matter what size it is. It doesn't matter what color it is. It doesn't matter how dirty it is. You put it on. You don't ask no questions. You put it on. All right, you're going to put on them shorts. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, you're done. All right, take them shorts off. Countdown. Jock strap off. Countdown. Turn to the right. March. This continues until I've probably put on... I'm going to say between 8 and 12 different jock straps of other grown men. And when I say they're different colors, I don't mean like, oh, well, he got a red one and I got a blue one. No, I mean, this cat doesn't wash his gear. So this one's got a little bit of a hue to it. This one's a little sticky. Yeah, it's terrible. It's as bad as you think it is. But you don't ask no questions. You just do it. Because if you don't do it, it's worse. You think, well, what's worse than putting on a grown man's dirty ass jockstrap? Literally, a lot. It's not worth it. So you just do it. Like some of them, you could pick up a jockstrap and it was like this. It's like hard. You're like, bro, have you ever washed this? I don't have any time. And you got to find a way to put that on. So eventually we go all the way around, and I'm trying to find a different ending for this story because I just realized the actual ending of this story might be a little too Roscoe After Dark. So I'm trying to like bob and weave. So after putting on several different types of jock straps and different colors and flavors, we ended up back at our original Foot Locker. What do you mean tell the true ending? It's probably not as bad as you think. I mean, legitimately. But we end up back at our original home point, and then it was time for us to go shower. So we remained in the buff, if you will, nude, and we went and showered. And then what really sucked about the showers was, it's one big room with a bunch of different shower heads. There's no walls or stalls or anything. It's just one giant room with maybe 15 shower heads. You literally walk in, like the whole train of 88 guys walks in, and when you hit that first shower head, you just put your arms up like this, and you just spin through the water of all the shower heads. Da, 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 until you go through all of them and then you're clean. That's it. There's no soap. There's no washcloth. You're just like, I'm wet. I guess I'm clean. That's what they let you do. Yeah, it's not a choice. They're like, all right, here we go. Shower train, go. Choo-choo. And you just start chugging along until you've made it through all of the shower heads. You go back to your thing. Yeah, we were all nude. I'm stressing that. And you're like, okay, you're clean now. You feel better? Yes, drill sergeant. All right, good to go. Go to bed. And then you lay there in the position of attention. You have to sleep in the position of attention. Feet 45-degree angle, hands down by your side. Yeah, legit. Okay, now that I've finished the story, I'm going to tell you the actual ending. All I was going to say, and you're going to be like, well, that's not that bad. But still, Roscoe After Dark. The guy across from me, his name was Rivera. And he was so funny because sometimes just funny shit happens, right? But you can't smile. Like, you got to have a poker face, 1,000-yard stare. You cannot react. Well, when funny things would happen, Rivera would get this look on his face. Instead of the 1,000-yard stare of, he would go, and I could see him. He was right across from me, and his face would go, and I could tell he was holding it in. So I'm like, you son of a, and I'm like, and then they see me and then whoop my ass. Come on, bro. So at one point, like after this whole wagon wheel thing is going on, we're putting on others, things, jock straps and stuff. And Rivera is standing across from me and he's got that look on his face. So I start to go like, oh man, here we go. I'm like, don't look at him. Don't look at his face. Don't look at his face. But of course, I look, and he's like, I'm like, oh. So I'm trying not to break. I got to keep that poker face, bro. And the face is just getting worse. Like he's trying to hold it together, which means I'm holding it together. Thankfully, nobody noticed. So the moment kind of drops. And I'm like, oh, I'm sweating, right? We get done the ballerina shower. We get done. We hit the rack. They put us, in our beds at the position of attention. And then, of course, once the drill instructor goes into his little cage, it's what we call it. It's his room, his private room, if you will. We all kind of creep out of our beds. We put on some clothes and then we, whatever. Sometimes we just hide behind the beds and we talk like, oh, bro, I can't wait to get out of this. This sucks, whatever. So I go to Rivera. I'm like, bro, what were you laughing at? There was nothing going on. Why the face? Because if you have that face and I laugh, I'm going to get crushed. And he's like, I don't want to tell you. And I'm like, you don't want to tell me? What happened? Literally, nothing was going on, but you had the face. And he goes, he's like, well, we were standing there, remember, it's July. It's like, we're standing there. We've put on everybody's stuff, right? We're standing in our footlockers for 15 minutes. Windows are open. Yeah. I mean, we're on the third deck. We're on the third story. Nobody can see us. He's like, yeah, but the windows were open. Now I'm trying to do the math. I don't know what the problem is. He's like, there was a breeze. And I'm like, okay, I mean, we were hot and sweaty. How is a breeze a bad thing? He's like, bro, there was a breeze. I was getting uncomfortable. And I was like, oh. He's like, yeah. I was standing there in the position of the tension and the wind was like, and I was like, uh-oh. I'm literally standing naked with 87 other dudes. Now is not the right time for the wind to be like, thank God I did not know that part of the story when we were standing there across from each other. And just the way he explained it, he's like, bro, it was like somebody was sitting there going, he's like, don't look at it. And he's like, baseball, grandma's chicken salad, the carnival, crying. Oh man, so it took me like a week. It took me like a week to forget that was a thing, because then every single time we were standing online and I could see him across from me, I'd be like, don't look at him. Don't look at him. And if God forbid, if there was a breeze coming through, I was like, oh, and just hold that poker face. Oh my God. Oh. Good times, man. Wow.